Attorney General, what does that mean when you say we need to treat the Mexican cartels like terrorists?
Well, they are terrorists. I think there's another hostage, and that's the Mexican government. The Mexican government is being held hostage by tens of thousands of paramilitary members of terrorist organizations that effectively control Mexico. It's pretty close at this stage to a failed narco state. They can use violence and oceans of cash to corrupt the government. The government has no will, and it doesn't have the ability to deal with the cartels. And they are sitting next door, producing mountains of poisonous drugs and killing over 100,000 Americans a year, which was at the height of World War II, that was our killed in action rate. So we are sustaining the same damage as we would in a major war from these groups operating right beyond our reach. Now, it's one thing not to be unwilling and unable to do it yourself, but the Mexican government also frustrates the United States and is not willing to stand aside and let the United States do what has to be done to deal with these groups.
What do we do in a hostage situation like this, and why do you think Joe Biden hasn't done more than he already has?
Well, the United States has been playing this game with Mexico for a long time. Mexico, with the exception of Felipe Calderon, who was actually interested in fighting the cartels, the rest of them are perfectly willing to allow the cartels to kill Americans and do what they do, as long as they don't overthrow the Mexican government. That's the situation we're in. They're just not willing to take them on. And it's impossible to work through the Mexicans, because whenever you give information or try to work on a law enforcement basis with the Mexicans, the information goes right to the cartels. So
you'd have to do something unilaterally in terms of an airstrike, helicopter raids. What are we talking about here?
I think we have to deal with this group like we dealt with ISIS. We have to use every tool. We have to use economic. We have to use intelligence assets, military assets, and law enforcement. And we have to methodically dismantle these groups. And we have to tell the Mexicans they're either coming along with us for the ride or step aside. We're going to do it by ourselves. But I'll tell you what's unacceptable, which seems to be, the word that the Biden administration trots